Welcome to the Botanical Medicine Study course with me, your host and instructor, Stephanie Georgia, for the online class in all things botanical medicine. If you would like to be the first on your blog to know most of what is available in terms of the practice, science, and application of botanical medicine, there's a separate class aside from this lovely YouTube channel where you get a very complete introduction into everything you can possibly imagine. Click link below, and you will be directed to a form which will give you all sorts of information on how you can download the video and handouts for the class. A special thanks to new subscribers and all of you who comment, like, and share these videos. It really does help to spread the word. Now, for this week's Herb of the Week, we'll be exploring an herb I saw often when I was hiking in the forests of California, but also learned about when I was studying with David Hoffman, the medical herbalist that is the author of my favorite medical herbalism book by the same title. For some reason, he does not have this herb in his book, but there is lots of information from other sources. So for this week's herb, without further ado, we will be looking at Usnea, or Usnea filipendula, as it is known by botanists. Now, the genus Usnea is a part of the Parmelaceae family, which is lichenized Ascomycetes. Sorry, my Latin is a little rusty. And this is a typical group of mostly pale grayish-green fructulolichens that grow as leafless mini shrubs. There are more than 360 species of Usnea that are known to the world, and Usnea filipendula has long been thought to have treated various illnesses in addition to its historical use for dyes, cosmetics, preservatives, and deodorant. And these uses were particularly used historically in countries such as China, Japan, Taiwan, India, and Europe. Usnea is also known as old man's beard, and it's a type of lichen that grows on trees, bushes, rocks, and soil of temperate and humid climates worldwide. It's a very interesting example of how nature collaborates, meaning that it has made up of lichen, algae, and fungus. In this mutually beneficial relationship, the fungus provides the structure and mass and protection from the elements, while the algae produces nutrients to sustain them both. Usnea has long been used in traditional medicine. The ancient Greek physician Hippocrates, a famous guy who created the oath that is still said today when people graduate from medical school, he said that it was good to use it for urinary ailments and is regarded as a treatment for wounds and inflammation of the mouth and throat. So it's a pretty amazing herb. The herbal actions of Usnea is it is an antimicrobial, it's a vulnerary, which means it heals wounds. It's especially skin wounds. It's an immune enhancer. It's an antioxidant properties, and some studies say that this may prevent cancer. And because we're all looking for ways to take up less space, some studies say that it may help regulate fat metabolism and aid in weight loss. And any good researcher worth their salt will tell you more research is needed at the end of an article with really interesting outcomes. But it's, specifically for cancer and weight loss, the initial studies are definitely proving quite positive. Usnea has amazing benefits for the respiratory system and can effectively help heal bronchitis, pneumonia, sinus infections, strep throats, colds, flus, and other respiratory complaints, Usnea is also highly beneficial for urinary tract and kidney infections. And I think that's why Hippocrates sung its praises whenever he started writing things down. Now, this is a wonderful graphic from ResearchGate. I get a lot of really neat things from that site. These are downloadable free items, but I really like this. And the reason I like it is it's showing that Usnea is good for sore throats, urinary tract infections, fungal infections, pneumonia, and sinus infections. And it's mainly these two things on the right side of the screen as you're looking at it. It's usneic acid and ambowelamide B, which help have these wonderful effects. Now, the chemical structure of metabolites of Usnea lichens, these are also these wonderful diagram things if you've ever taken organic chemistry. This is what your tests look like, and you're supposed to tell people what they are. Or they give you the word salicylic acid, and then you're supposed to diagram it from your memory. And somehow this is supposed to help you understand chemistry. But the groups of chemicals, polyphenols, which include flavonoids and lignans, I'm sure that you've heard those terms quite often. And these are antioxidants that protect the body from damage caused by free radicals. So your body doesn't like liberal chemicals running around wreaking havoc. And free radicals are unstable molecules that cause damage at the cellular levels. And that's why taking things like vitamin C, zinc, E, beta carotene, all of those things are considered antioxidants, zinc also. And they eat up those free radicals so they don't wreak havoc on your body. And polyphenols also have anti-inflammatory properties that reduce inflammation. The other class of chemicals are polysaccharides, and these are critical as an energy source to promote immune health and healthy cell growth. And triterpenes also support the inflammation response in the body to be healthy and not out of control. And usneic acid, as we said in the other slide, is the main active compound in Usnea, and that has all these wonderful properties. Now, there are cautions. We have to always list the cautions. I don't want people breaking out in hives and vomiting and then complaining to me that I didn't warn them. So some people have allergic reactions to Usnea, so it's always good to try a sample or do a patch test on like your forearm or lower belly. Those are thin skins in those areas, and they can, show if you have an allergic reaction. And it's mainly itching, respiratory issues, and swelling of the mouth, throat, or hives. Some people report that high doses cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Some people have said they get liver damage, and these are usually people that have really, really abused their body with alcohol or other drugs, or being around lots of polluting chemicals. And so just don't take it in high doses if you have those types of history. And not enough research has been done to say it's safe during pregnancy and breastfeeding. But never fear, there are other wonderful herbs and homeopathy you can take if you are giving life to another human being, either by carrying them in your body or breastfeeding them. You don't have to suffer. You can get help from other areas. Now, the best way to take Usnea is through the tincture, because the substances in Usnea are best extracted with alcohol. Now, you can also take the herb in a powdered form, and that's in capsules. And you can also get it in a salve. You can try using it in a tea. I've only taken it in tincture form. It's quite bitter, but it's very, very effective. Now, Usnea is most often foraged in the wild, and forage means, wild harvesting, collecting it in the wild. And some producers are growing it in houses that are similar to growing mushrooms. But it's important to be able to identify it correctly. So if you have a field naturalist or a biologist in your community, get to know them, and they may be able to help you find Usnea in the wild near you if you have forests in moist environments. You need to find a thicker piece of Usnea and then carefully start pulling it apart. If it's fresh and moist, you should see what looks like a thin strand of white elastic stretching when you pull. If the Usnea is dry, then it may snap, but you can still see the white core inside. And these are the wonderful chemicals and substances that are so healing. Usnea grows from trees and hair-like tufts, and some are short, but some can grow very long. And it's often growing alongside other kinds of tree-dwelling lichens. So that's why it's good to know what it is that you're looking for, so you only harvest what you want and not other things. There's a link in the program notes that has a very definitive guide for foraging Usnea. So I truly hope you become familiar with this miracle plant. It's lichen, algae, and some other thing, lichen, algae, and fungus. It's fun to see it when you're walking through forests, especially if you take a hike, let's say after weeks of rain, it's just growing everywhere. Now, make sure if you want to forage it that you know what you're doing, and do not pick everything. So leave something behind so it can grow back. So this is Stephanie Georgiev saying thanks for spending your valuable time with me. Link below for the free introductory video and handouts for the first lesson of the Botanical Medicine study course, and also wonderful information on Usnea. Until next time, be well.